Hello, and welcome to Bedspreads and Pocketbooks. I am your host, Alfreda Ellington. Now, you're saying, Frida, what is Bedspreads and Pocketbooks? Well, the pocketbook is my brain. That's where I'm going to take the info that's in here and dump it into your lap on your bedspread. And we're going to go through things and hash it out, where I'm going to share words of encouragement, trending topics, wifey thoughts, an array of things. This is a show that's got so many different variations to it, and we're going to have a good time doing it. We are going to have an amazing time. So if this is your first time joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad. Please take the time to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to have an amazing time, like I said, with lots of laughs and some serious moments as well. And just want you to have a good time. Now, if this is your third or fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh time, what you waiting on? Come on and join us. We're here to have fun. You know we have a good time. That's why you keep joining us. So like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Now, all right. The first item up on the agenda is on what y'all doing. Honey, we had some snow today. What happened to the sun? Y'all know how I feel about this. You know how I feel about this weather. I believe my sister was the one who told me, said, Frida, the sun is shining. You know how you feel about that. I said, I do. I do. It made me feel good this weekend. The sun shined, and I'm so grateful, especially on this weekend. I am definitely grateful. But now we got a little bit of gray skies and snow flurries. And I have on 2 shirts just to stay warm. It was cool in the office. I had to make sure I was definitely warm today. Did not want to be chilly or anything like that. So I dressed for the weather for sure. But it's gray, and I'm already tired of it. And it's just day one. Don't worry about it. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, gang. I always wanted to be sunshine and rainbows. I know that's not real life, but girl can dream, can't she? She can dream, can't you? So I want a little bit of sunshine and rainbows. One of the other things of what we were doing this weekend, we had my brother's homegoing service, and what a beautiful service it was. If I could publicly thank my sister-in-law for just making sure that he went away in such a manner that just brought honor to him, and for people just to show love, I am so grateful. I'm grateful for her and her love that she had for him, and the love that they had for each other. They were a prime example of just being one another's friend and loving each other until the very end. And so I just continue to pray for my sister-in-law and these next year and upcoming days of just healing and restoring, and God just pouring into her the love that she needs and support and all of those things that she's gonna need in these next couple of months and years to come. So but it was a beautiful service, and he was well honored and just loved, and the jokes that they were telling and all of the things just brought just true honor to my brother, and I am just so grateful. And I'm thankful for all of you guys' thoughts and prayers as well. We did have a beautiful homegoing service, and so I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. This was a tough weekend, but a good weekend all in all. So I can say I am grateful. I am grateful. And the sun shined the entire weekend. It shined, it shined, it shined. So I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy. All right, the next item up on our agenda, and what y'all doing? Trump, what are you doing? I feel like we talked about him last week, and I was like, what you doing, Trump? What you doing? Trump, and I want to give background, because I know that we can snip things and make it what we want to make it and make it sound like we want it to make it sound, but we can't do that here. I don't want to do that here. We can't do it here, because that's not right, and I don't want to do it here. Trump, as some of you may have heard, did a speech, and I believe it was I'm looking at my notes, in Dayton, Ohio. He had a Trump rally, as he normally does, because that's what he enjoys. He always talks about that. When he was in office, he enjoyed doing his rallies. So he's back on the campaign trail, and he's making it known on what he's going to do. And he started talking about the auto industry. And he was talking about cars being made in Mexico and some of the bigger luxury brands and them saving $1. But what he wanted to let them know that if they did not include the U.S. in these deals that they were making down in Mexico and they tried to get the cars here, that there will be a tariff on each car that came through and that there will be a fee and a dollar amount that would make your head spin if we were not included in any of those deals. So he wanted to let them know that they would not be able to get cars into this place unless they did right by the United States. All right. So that's pretty much the gist of his conversation about that. He said, now, if I will make sure we are protected as the United States if I'm in office. He said, now, if I'm not in office, it will be a bloodbath. It will, and that is the snippet they caught. He said, if they don't vote me into office, it will be a bloodbath. And now you can take that in so many ways. And he knows, maybe he doesn't know that. Maybe he didn't think that they were going to take that snippet. But you can take and twist that any type of way that you want to. And one of the ways that you can take and take that bloodbath statement and put it into a twist and play is to say, if he doesn't make it into office, and that is another little silent call out to the people who support him, who are ready to go to war and battle with him. They took that comment, I'm sure, and said, noted, ting, bloodbath, if you don't get nominated. Now, did that mean, did he, at that particular time, did he mean a bloodbath that he would not get nominated? I believe if we're going to have to take him at face value and take all of his words into context and look at the context clues he was giving, I believe that he was talking about if he's not able to work this deal as president, if he's not the president who works this deal, then it will be a bloodbath for whoever is trying to work it, because nobody will work the deal like him. I believe that's what he was hinting towards, but that doesn't mean that, we know Trump as well. So it could have went several different ways. Sometimes I do believe it is that dog whistle that goes out too. And it could have been that dog whistle to say, if I don't make it in office, it needs to be a bloodbath. The world, only God knows. How about that? Not the world knows. Only God knows what the man truly meant. I am hoping, using my context clues, that he was trying to say that maybe if he doesn't make it in office, if he doesn't make the deal, that it will be a bloodbath. I don't know. I just wanted to let you know that's what was said. That's what Mr. Trump said, and I can't tell you what he meant, but I did listen to the video in longer than just that snippet of bloodbath, because I did want to be sure. So I did listen to the rest of the video. Just want to put that out there. So if you guys are questioning if that's what he said, that is what he said. He did say that, but I listened to the things prior to as well. All right. Next item up on the agenda, honey, New Orleans. I'm New Orleans because I'm a country girl. In New Orleans, they are having an issue with rodents and bugs in the police station. I'm going to read this to you. Miss Ann Kirkpatrick, she is the chief of New Orleans Police Department. She said they are having rodent infestation and cockroaches. They are having issues on the desk of the workers where they are having feces on desk and mold and rodent drippings in all areas of the police department and the uncleanliness of the building. My concern is the leadership. Where is the cleaning crew? That's what I want to talk about. She was all on the news saying that the evidence room where the marijuana is kept, that they are getting into the marijuana and the rats are running around getting high. I just want to know, since you are the chief of police, it seems like you are probably the chief over the entire building, and that includes the environmental services department and probably pest control. You have the ability to call pest control. I'm going to need that to happen. I'm going to need you to get on and call the Orchid Man, and also get on and get some traps laid in that building to keep the people safe. And then also find out where the mold is coming from, and let's get that area cut out and cleaned up. or maybe move to a temporary building so they can get the mold out. Let's take responsibility, folks, as leaders. That's a whole nother conversation. But I'm gonna need Miss Ann Kirkpatrick, the chief of police, to start taking responsibilities instead of just having that news conference. Let's be more motivated about how we're going to take care of the building from here on out. Environmental services needs to step up the game, or bring a contractor in to come and get that building cleaned up for the workers that's there to have a healthy and safe environment. But I just wanted to shine a light on New Orleans. What y'all doing? What are y'all doing? The next item up on the agenda, honey, suburban moms are having a good time. Suburban moms are having a good time, and one of them is having an illegal good time. An illegal good time. A suburban mom did a complex crime ring that stole nearly $8 million in makeup for online resale. She stole $8 million worth of makeup to sell online for resale. And the main place that she did it was on Amazon. It says a California mom of 3 has been accused of masterminding an organized crime ring that stole nearly $8 million worth of makeup from stores like Ulta, TJ Maxx, and Walgreens, and then resold online to make a profit. The woman's name is Michelle Mack. Michelle Mack. She had an enterprise worth $2.75 million, allegedly paid as many as 12 women to steal from stores across the country, stockpiling the hot goods and selling them on Amazon storefront at a fraction of the retail price. Miss Michelle, what you doing? What are you doing? You are a mother of 3. But baby, she was making some money. $8 million worth of makeup? And stockpiling it and reselling it on Amazon. I know you have the ability to resell items on Amazon if you find it at a cheaper rate and sell it and be able to get people to purchase those items. But let's do it honestly, at least. But she found her a deal that she couldn't refuse, and she made that deal. If I find out any more information about Miss Michelle and what she's doing, we gonna report on it for sure. We're definitely gonna report on it. I don't know what Michelle Mack was doing or what she was thinking. $8 million. So you're gonna be in jail for stealing and selling makeup. It was lucrative, girl. I ain't gonna come out and on the bag on you act like it wasn't. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna tell you what. Now you ain't gonna be able to make no makeup. Now you gonna have to get crayons and melt it and wipe it on your eyes while you get locked up. I don't know what to say about that. I jelly packets and put it on your lips. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's a lot. That is a lot. Next thing up, Mr. Bernie Sanders. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but I'm gonna tell you what. Before I even start, I want y'all to know I'm in full agreement. The way I'm feeling right now, I am in full agreement with what I'm about to tell you. Mr. Bernie Sanders, he's been up to something on what y'all doing. He has definitely been up to something. He went in front of Congress and he made an appeal to the people, and he said that on March the 14th, 2024, he went in front of there and proposed a 32-hour work week for U.S. citizens. A 32-hour work week. Say that along with me. A 32-hour work week. Come on, Bernie. Come on, Bernie. A 32-hour work week act. No reduction in pay. A 32-hour work week with no reduction in pay. So if you are making 40 hours a week currently and you go down to 32 hours, your money will not change. That's what he's saying. The 32-hour work week. Hours will gradually be reduced over 4 years. It says time and a half for a work day longer than 8 hours, double time for work day longer than 12 hours. Currently, U.S. workers are working 400% more productive than workers in the 1940s. We are more productive by 400%. 400%. So he is looking out for the working people. We are tired. I am here to support. I am here and I support Bernie Sanders. We are tired. We are 400% more productive than the workers in the 1940s. 400%. And they said the wages have not changed. It said the top tier earners, that is your CEOs, that is your executive level people, have earned more money. But the other wages have been stagnant, which are the ones who are the producers of getting the things done. We are the ones who are sitting, and I include myself in that we are the ones who are hard and working, but not getting paid enough. So, Mr. Bernie Sanders, I like what you're talking about. I would love to hear more about it. Now, do I think personally that this is going to pass? No. No, because they had a lot of people who challenged what Mr. Sanders was saying. But Mr. Sanders is for the people. And he sees that we're working hard and we're tired and we're worn out. And he said, enough is enough. We work really hard. And I can't say for the United States, most people are working 50 to 60 hours a week. Now look here, I'm not working no 50, 60 hours a week. I'm giving a good strong 40. But I can't give you no more than 40. I'm not going to do it. No, I can't. All right, last but not least, I just want to give you guys an update, honey, on Miss Kate Middleton. And if you guys have been watching the news and watching your little news talk shows, they're saying, where is Kate? Where is Kate? And about a couple of hours ago, they sent out this video of Miss Kate walking around in the farmer's market, real speedy like, with William in the at the farmer's market, and they were walking really fast and laughing and talking. But the strange thing about the little video that they posted, nobody looked at them. Not one. Not a one. Nobody paid attention to them. Nobody, gave them honor. Nobody was bowing. No, everybody acted like they didn't exist. Everybody was talking amongst themselves like they were the commoners, regular commoners out in the community. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But what I do want to pass along to you guys is, that's the latest photo that they have of her. They say they had a Kate sighting. They had a Kate sighting. But one of the things that came out over the weekend, that the BBC is their television programming over there, is a larger news outlet that is over there that lets us know about what is happening over there over there across the pond. All right. And it says that they have received word that they have received word from the palace that there will be some big news and a big announcement that will be made sometime this week, within the next 48 to 72 hours. Now, 48 hours, I believe, is almost up on today. So I'm going to say a good strong 72 hours where they're going to make a big announcement. Now, there are rumors that saying that her and William are getting a divorce. I do not believe that is true. I just don't. I don't believe they're going to make an announcement like that. I believe we're going to have to find that out on our own. I believe that there will be more statements to come out about that. I do not believe that. I do believe, though, that something is going on with the father, Charles. Now, they made an announcement a while back that he was battling cancer, and he went in. They said that he was battling prostate cancer. They was out. They said what it was. They did not hide that. But then when he took another trip to the hospital, they said that he had another form of cancer to come upon him. And they did not say what type of cancer that was. So I believe that conditions may have gotten a little worse. This is my assumption. These are my opinions. This is not the opinions of anybody else. These are the opinions of bedspreads and pocketbooks, all right? I believe that something is going on with King Charles, and he is ill. And they are going to make an announcement of some things coming down the pike. Whether William is going to step in temporarily or something like that in order to take over while King Charles is, getting treatments and getting things taken care of, because he may be too tired and too weak if he is getting treatments currently to take care of royal business. I do believe that's what's coming out. I don't believe that it's about Kate and William, Prince William getting a divorce. I do not believe that. I do believe there's something going on with King Charles. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch and we're going to wait. All right? We're going to watch and wait and see what happens. Now, you guys who are Across the Pond fans, I'm just giving you a little bit. Now, I am a fan, and I just want to tag it on. So I'll continue to send updates, all right? But I just wanted to give you the latest of what I know. The latest of what I know. There was a photo that came out today. Farmer's Market. She was marching through there like she never had a surgery, never had a nothing. And a smile on her face. Did look rather thin in the face. Did not kind of look like her. But they said it was her. Hey, who am I? Who am I to say that it is or if it ain't? I'm nobody. I'm just a girl who like to do bedspreads and pocketbooks. That's it. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I just wanted to put that out there. So that's my little news on the across the pond news. That's what I'm gonna call it. The across the pond news, the updates. The updates from across the pond. I like it. I like it. Y'all like it? I like it. All right. Next up, not to get in your business, but not to get in your business, but is there somebody that you need to forgive? Is there somebody that you need to forgive so that you can move on? I know that you guys have heard that before, where forgiveness is not for the other person. It is for you. It is for you so that you can move forward, so you can be able to go and grow and not be upset and not be angry and not harboring anger and not, when you see somebody, your belly burns with rage, or you see them and your stomach drops because you don't want to be bothered with them, or you're so upset and you just can't let it go and you just can't shake it. That is for you. Forgiveness is for you so you don't have pains and aches and can't sleep and rehearsing things in your brain. You know, I have a girlfriend of mine. We always discuss, when we really getting things out is when you washing dishes at the kitchen sink. Baby, the stories and the comments that you say to yourself and the story and how you rehearse it at that kitchen sink when you washing those dishes, whether you rinsing dishes to get them ready for the dishwasher or whether you hand washing each dish, each fork, each spoon, honey, those conversations to yourself, baby, if they could put them in a microphone and say them out loud, that's when you let everything loose. That's when you washing those dishes and you just like, I knew I should have said this to them, and I should have said that. I knew I should have said that. And when they walked past, I should have said this and this and this. Honey, let it go. Forgive so you can move forward. No more standing at the sink rehearsing what they said to you and how you responded, and I should have said this and I should have said that. No more. You need to rest at night. And you don't want to be going in different places and dodging people and not feeling like, I don't want to go in there and stopping you from going into somebody's house or stopping you from going into a store, or you see their car that it pulled up at the store and you decided, well, I'll go to the other Kroger across town because I see Cheryl's cars out here or whatever else. No, ma'am. Go in there with your head held high. I've forgiven you. I can move forward. And I'm coming in this grocery store to shop too. I'm not going to waste my gas and go across town for what? Now when I got a Kroger's right up the road, and just because you in here ain't going to stop me. I have forgiven you so I can go ahead and shop where I want to shop. And I'm not ducking and dodging you out in these streets. I can't do it no more. That is what forgiveness is for. No more moving and shaking. Oh, they over here. Oh, they over there. No, it's time to forgive. It's time to move forward. It's time to get on with your life. Stop letting things hold you back and all of those things. It's time to forgive. It's time to forgive. That's what it is. It's time to forgive. It is. That's my song. Don't worry about it. But it's time to forgive. It's time for forgiveness. So I just want to shine a light on that today, that forgiveness is the key. It's time to forgive. Time to do it, not for them, but for you, so that you can move forward. And that wherever you go, you don't have to leave the room because you're feeling good in your heart and confident and you've moved forward. All right? I just wanted to shine that light on that. So the next item up is wifey's thoughts. Wifey's thoughts. And it's talking about walking in love with your spouse. Walking in love with your spouse. Let's go to Ephesians 5:1 and 2. Ephesians 5, 1 and 2. You know I'm going to read it. It says, follow God's example. Therefore, as dearly loved children, and walk in the way of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and a sacrifice to God. Follow God's example. Walking in love with your spouse. Walking in love with your spouse. I just want to encourage you guys on a daily basis to, one, to forgive, forgive, and to move forward, but to walk in love with your spouse as Christ loved us. Your spouse is going to make many mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to sometimes hurt your feelings. They're going to say things that were out of line. And sometimes they're going to, do things that are not, in the best light all the time. And I want to encourage each of us, myself included, to walk in love with our spouses, to walk in love and show love to them on a daily basis, that I am able to forgive, that I am able to think about the things that I say before I say them. If I think it's going to hurt my spouse's feelings, not be able to share with your spouse about how you're feeling, but think about how you deliver it. If you do things in love, because God is love. And if God is love, and you think about how God speaks to us, he tells us who we are in him. He reminds us that we are the head and not the tail, that we are above and not beneath. He tells us those things. So we want to speak life into our spouses. We want to tell them who God says that they are. You start off in love, and then you let them know, babe, you might have hurt me today. Whatever, you are a good human being. And I know that what God is putting you, because you love me as Christ loved the church. So I know that you didn't come from a place of malice or mean-spiritedness, but I just didn't feel the love today when we were speaking to one another. That's how we walk in love with one another. So that I know that you are a kingdom man or a kingdom woman. And I know that I know your heart. You have to know your spouse's heart to know, because a lot of times, I actually said that sometime this week, that just remember your spouse's heart. Remember my heart. Know that I'm coming to you as someone who loves you, someone that cares about you. So our hearts, as we're receiving words that we don't want to hear, and hearing things that we don't like, that we sometimes have to consider our spouse's heart, but also our spouse when they are delivering a message that may not be the most kindest, or are shining a light on an area that we probably need to be doing better, that we come off in love, that we do it in love, that we're mindful. We're mindful of the things that we say to our spouse and how we deliver them. Because it's easy to say, oh, you a fool. Why would you sit there and do that? That's just dumb, the way you just sit up there and handle that. Why did you do that? Immediately, I'm offended. First off, I'm offended. But secondly, is that love? Is that, I can hear that from somebody on the street, but knowing your heart and knowing how you are, I'm going to take into consideration, I know their heart and I know that they love me. But then at the same time, in reverse, I need to be mindful on how I speak. That one, I'm going to start off with encouraging and telling you who you are in Christ. Babe, you are a beautifully and wonderfully made. God has created you with a beautiful mind. I want to encourage you to let's look at this in a different way. I know we ain't always going to have that flowery message, but let's put some things into practice. Let's start putting some of these scriptures in practice of who God says that we are, and then deliver them to our spouses. And then our spouses in turn are ready to receive what we have to say. When we're thinking about starting off first of reminding them who they are in Christ. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. And I know that God has great things in store for you. But this is what I want to encourage you to do from here on out. Maybe we need to start doing X, Y, and Z. One, it softens the heart. It softens the heart to hear what you have to say. And it says, they're coming to me in a place of love and sincerity, and not what was that? What you do that for? And have this look. Man, what are you doing? Why are you over there doing that? All the things. All the things. Honey, I've been there, done that. Honey, did it probably about 15 minutes ago. Now I've been on here with y'all for almost 30 minutes. But just letting you know, I always put myself in these places. This segment always ministers to me. It always does. Please know that there is never, ever a time where I'm sharing something with you that I'm not trying to work on myself here at this house. Do you got me? There's never a time where I'm sitting up here like, I got to tell the people. I ain't got to tell people nothing, honey. I'm trying to minister to myself and make sure I get myself in order, honey. Make sure the man that I got upstairs is receiving what I'm saying in love. That his heart is open, his heart is softened when I deliver the blow of whatever I'm about to tell him and say to him. I'm over here ministering to myself, baby. Please know. But I just want to encourage each of us to think about what we say. Be intentional about slowing it down. Not quick to just throw them darts and those daggers. Coming in love. Using the example that God uses with us. Using that example, reading it again, follow God's example in Ephesians 5, 1 and 2. Follow his example. He tells us who we are. He reminds us of who we are. We are his children. We are God's children. He loves us. Come in love to your spouse. Use God as the example. So that's what I want to share with you today. Next up is Frida's Sunshine. Frida's Sunshine. And what do we do when we are trying not to let go of God's hands when we are in a storm? What do we do? Currently, I feel like in several areas of my life, I am in a storm situation. And I'm trying not to let go of God's hand. I'm trying to hold myself together. What am I doing to stay in his presence and stay in his peace and do what thus says the Lord and not go my own way? Because my own way is not going to work. I'm going to come on out and tell you right now. I know me. My way does not work. So therefore, I am trying my best to hold on to God's unchanging hand. And one way to do that, we're going to look at Psalms 40, 1 through 3. Psalms 40, 1 through 3. And it says, I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and he heard my cry. That just brings me joy right there. He lifted me out of the slimy pit and out of the mud and mire, and he set my feet on a rock, and he gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in him. Many will see while I am going through what I'm going through. Many will see, and then they will turn, put their faith and trust in God. How we respond while we're going through the storm and not letting go of his hand, many will see. Many will see and put their faith and trust in God. If I hold on to his hand and I stay and start believing in the promises of God that he will never leave me nor abandon me or forsake me. We've talked about this scripture before. If I hold on to his hand, many will see. It says many will see and put their trust in him. And it also says that they will fear the Lord and put their trust in him. And one thing that talks about fearing God, it's not a fear of trembling. Ooh, I'm scared. I'm fearful. I take God seriously. He scares me. I don't want to be on the bad side of God. It's not for you to fear him in that way. He doesn't want you to fear him and shaking and trembling. He wants you to take his word seriously. Take him seriously. Take his word seriously. Everything in these scriptures, he wants you to take it seriously and put it to use. Take it seriously. So if I'm going through something, I need to turn here in the instruction manual, take it seriously, put it into action, and then all will see and turn over to God. While I'm going through this storm, it's not just for me. How I respond and how I react and how I hold on to his hand while the wind is tossing me to and fro. Because sometimes I feel like that on a daily basis. Like, man, the wind has tossed me to and fro. But I'm still holding on to his hand. I'm still seeking after him. Now, sometimes I don't come off as glamorous as it, as scriptures would make it sound like it to be, but I made it out, and I'm still holding on to his hand. I'm not turning my back on God, because it says, I cried out to the Lord, and he turned, and he heard me. I cried out to him, and he hears us, y'all. I cry out to the Lord daily. Lord, help. When I can't say nothing else, he turns and he hears us. Scriptures tell us right here, I waited patiently for the Lord. You got to have some patience to wait on him. Because sometimes he'll answer right then. Sometimes he'll be, boom, right on the spot. And Lord knows I won't John on the spot every day. Boom, right then and there. But a lot of times you got to be patient. And you got to wait on him. So I waited patiently for the Lord. And he turned, and he turned and he heard me cry. He heard my cry. He heard me. So when you cry out, guess what? He hears you. He loves you. And he may not answer right away. But if it's how I respond, it's going to bless other people. So I want to encourage you today. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in him. Because he's taken me out of the mire. He's taken me out of that. He's placed my feet firm upon a rock. Who is the rock? The rock is Jesus. He's placed our feet firm upon a rock. So I know this is all scrambled about, but I just want to bring out and highlight those points to you guys. I want to encourage you to call out to God, because he's going to hear you. If you wait patiently for the Lord. The key is I waited patiently for the Lord, and he heard me. He heard me. So wait patiently for him. And then all will see and put their trust in him. As you're waiting patiently, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you can, during your storm, you're helping bring others to Christ, because they're witnessing it. They're wanting to draw and have a closer relationship. This is a ministry all in itself while you're in the storm. You don't even realize you're ministering when you're holding on to God's hand while you're in the storm. But it's letting us know here that waiting on the Lord and being patient, and how we go through the storm and how we handle it. And God places our feet firmly upon the rock, which is Jesus. And he pulls us out of the mire and all of the things, all of the gooking out of the mire. And he steadies our feet. And we put our trust in him. All will turn around and put their trust in him. Because people are watching. Even while we're in a storm, we're ministering.